Hi, I'm Pete Andresen with Andresen & Associates, and I'm standing here in front of my ancestors. I got about 200 years of ancestors here, and they remind me of something, which is sometimes the big changes happen so slowly that we don't even notice that the change is happening, and yet they are absolutely consequential. This is a follow-on to last week's excitement in the stock market, where it went down and then it went back up. Last week's performance was kind of interesting for a couple of reasons. When they thought a recession might be happening, everything headed for the pavement in the stock market. The small stocks, as we had expected, absolutely fell on their faces temporarily. Now they're back up. The large caps came roaring back up with the same old favorites in the lead. Now, there are reasons why I don't think that's going to continue or may not continue. What do I know? Valuation. Take a look at this graph. I've mentioned this in the quarterly review, but take a look at it again. This is the Shiller PE. It is not very good at telling us when an overvalued stock market is going to decide it doesn't want to be overvalued anymore, and thus there may be a decline or a long sideways movement. But it's very good at telling us when a stock market is overvalued. Right now, the S&P 500, which is not the entire stock market, 33% of this S&P 500 is made up of about 10 stocks. It's way overweighted on the tech side. Essentially, we've got a mini tech bubble going. So this is not an expectation of an overall stock market miasma, but it is an expectation that at some point, this bubble of the Magnificent Seven cannot continue. It might go on for 3 more years. I can't say when it's going to end, but when it ends, it's going to be significant because so much money has blindly gone into the S&P 500 that the shakeout will be noticeable. Now, this is from Mark Hurlbert. Take a look at this graph. This is a chart of all the valuation measures he could come up with. Essentially, they're all overvalued. And the reason, once again, is not the entire stock market is overvalued. It's that those uppermost stocks in the S&P 500 are tremendously overvalued. So it's not the whole stock market, it's part of the stock market. Once again, should the stock market decide to decline, our bonds should go up. I can see it coming just like a rainstorm. I just can't tell when. Thank you very much, and blessings.